it seems that there is so much that can be done. And when you're outside of the vortex, it seems that there is so much that needs to be done. But when you are able to do the vortex work first, when you're able to come into alignment with who you are and connect to your power, then the requirement of the physical action is not so great. And so we know that there are times that are more exaggerated than others. There are times that it's easier to just look around and get into the vortex. But there are many of you who have just been trained that you don't give up. In other words, you keep trying and you do whatever it takes. And if it takes 10 hours, you do it. And if it takes 12 hours, you do it. And if it takes 16 hours, you do it. And if it took 24 hours, you do it. And there are many of you who would say, there isn't anything that I wouldn't do. I'm willing to do whatever it takes, is sort of the mantra that we're hearing from many of you. And with everything that we are, we want to reflect back to you that that kind of determination in your willingness to do things isn't serving you very well, but a determination to get into the vortex, which takes far less effort than that activity, would yield you much, much greater results. What we're saying to you is, it's easy to think that you are doing the work even though you haven't actually found the relief. And until you find the relief and maintain the relief, you're not in the vortex, and then you're still banging it out the hard way. Once you get in there, or once you even get close to the proximity of the vortex, you have to start telling stories that will sustain you inside the vortex. You've got to tell a different story. You've got to say, I can feel that at the basis of this work are the answers to the questions, the big answers to the big questions that people have been asking for a long time. But if I can't figure it out in my own life experience, then I feel that I don't have that much that I can give to others. And I'm going to get it. I'm here to tell you today that I understand the process. I understand that I was source energy. I get that I'm mostly vibration. I get that there is a vibrational reality that is amassed. I can feel that I've contributed to it gradually, and I can feel the bigness of it. And often I can feel my proximity to it, and the closer I am, the better I feel, and the further I am, the worse I feel. These things I know for sure. And so I accept that even though right now what I don't want sometimes is more compelling, that who I really am is ultimately much, much, much bigger in its attraction power. And I am determined that I am going to practice myself into the vicinity of the vortex that is really me on enough different subjects and often enough that I am going to show myself viscerally. I'm going to feel it in my belly. I'm going to feel it as the thrills ripple up through me. I am going to teach myself that this is the dominant vibration of me. I'm going to get into that vortex where I can view the world through the eyes of Source, and I'm going to know the well-being of my time-space reality. I'm going to look into the eyes of people, and I'm going to know well-being belongs to them regardless of the outcome of any of this frivolous stuff that's going on. This morning I woke up in the vortex and I felt satisfied. This morning I woke up in the vortex and I felt eager. I love waking up in the vortex and feeling eager. I like a feeling of eagerness. I like a feeling of satisfaction. Today, I looked at someone and I felt such appreciation for them. I really enjoy feeling love. Today, when I'm in the vortex, I feel satisfied. I like being in the vortex because things feel clearer. When I'm in the vortex, I feel clear-minded. I feel sort of elated. When I'm in the vortex, it's like my heart is singing. When I'm in the vortex, I feel satisfied. When I'm in the vortex, I feel ease. When I'm in the vortex, I feel sort of energized. When I'm in the vortex, I feel like doing stuff. When I'm in the vortex, my body feels good. When I'm in the vortex, I like taking a walk. When I'm in a vortex, my dog licks my face. When I'm in the vortex, I just feel good. When I'm in the vortex, food tastes good. When I'm in the vortex, I like being in the vortex. When I'm in the vortex, I know my power. When I'm in the vortex, I feel more sure about things. When I'm in the vortex, I know my own goodness. When I'm in the vortex, I just feel good about me. When I'm in the vortex, I trust that things are going to go well. When I'm in the vortex, I feel optimistic about things. When I'm in the vortex, I feel ready for more. When I'm in the vortex, I feel like I can do about anything. When I'm in the vortex, I feel more sure of myself. When I'm in the vortex, I let people off the hook more. When I'm in the vortex, good things happen to me. When I'm in the vortex, I can feel I'm in the flow. When I'm in the vortex, I feel ease about life. When I'm in the vortex, it's like the universe cooperates with me. When I'm in the vortex, I know my goodness because it sort of surrounds me. When I'm in the vortex, the universe gives me evidence that I'm in there, not as a reward, but as a consequence of my alignment with who I am. When I'm in the vortex, the indicators that surround me in conversations and in my own emotions and in outright manifestations, they represent my being in the vortex. When I'm in the vortex, I like being in the vortex. When I'm in the vortex, it seems easy to stay there. When I'm in the vortex, I want never to leave. When I'm in the vortex, it feels natural and normal to contemplate creation. When I'm in the vortex, I feel unlimited. When I'm in the vortex, I'm glad for all I've lived and what I've put in the vortex. When I'm in the vortex, I have clear view of what I've put here. When I'm in the vortex, I feel satisfied about my life. When I'm in the vortex, I feel ready to go and do more. When I'm in the vortex, I love my life. When I'm in the vortex, I love me. When I'm in the vortex, I love the people who help me put stuff in the vortex. When I'm in the vortex, I do better financially. When I'm in the vortex, I leverage time and effort in a better way. When I'm in the vortex, things line up for me better. When I'm in the vortex, it's like time slows down and satisfaction speeds up. When I'm in the vortex, I savor more. When I'm in the vortex, I sit and contemplate and my thoughts are pleasing to me. When I'm in the vortex, sometimes I just ponder just for the satisfaction of pondering that thought. When I'm in the vortex, it's like I only have access to the memories that are pleasing and to the current environment that is pleasing. When I'm in the vortex, I can feel that the whole of me is integrated with the source that is me, and I know my power and my well-being, and I sort of want to shout it from the rooftops. I want to say, bring it on, world, because I can handle it. I want to say, whatever it is, I'm up for it. I want to say, I signed on for sifting through contrast, and I'm good at it. I want to say, I know how to direct my thought. I've trained myself there. I'm really good at what I do. I'm a powerful focuser. I have been for a long time. I love to focus upon good feeling thoughts. I love to focus myself into alignment. I love being in the vortex. I love who I am. I love this experience of creation. I love the source energy part of me and lining up with it. I love the fact that I was willing to depart from source a bit to stir things up. I love how much I stirred up. I love how much I put there. I love the power of my desire. For the first time in a long time, Abraham, my desire is actually feeling rewarding to me rather than clobbering me. It feels like the universe is on my side rather than against me. I think it's my time, Abraham. I think it's time. I think I've paid the price of contrast, and I think I've put plenty there. And I think I'm willing to let go of the resistant aspects of my life experience. I think I'm ready to just start trusting the laws of the universe and really putting this vortex thing to a test. I'm going to stop struggling and striving, and I'm going to let my undivided attention go toward whatever it takes for me to get into the vortex. It's a nice thing when you focus upon pleasant things, and by focusing upon those pleasant things, the vortex takes you in. But if you don't know how you got there, if you don't know the laws of the universe, then you can't do that on purpose during troubling times. And so the reason that we've begun talking about this vortex of creation, and the reason we're saying chill and then focus, is because it is infinitely more satisfying to have the disruption which causes you to ask for something that you're nowhere near and then focus yourself into alignment. What we want to get across to you is that when you move into alignment, the compensating or proportionate feeling of coming into alignment will be so worth all that you've been living in the meantime, you see. We want to find a way that we can express it to you so that you can feel it, that well-being is a natural thing. And it's hard to accept that well-being is abounding when you're looking at evidence that kind of sort of says otherwise. And so we would like you to remember that there is a whole lot of energy that is swirling around this, that we want to give you the assurance that wonderful things are ahead of you. We want you to have such faith and confidence. Here is what it comes around to. When you're outside the vortex, it's easy for your expectation to be about things unwanted. But when you're inside the vortex, your expectation is only ever and always about things wanted. You just can't expect negatively when you're inside the vortex. The vortex will train you into the expectation that is necessary for these powerful creations, you see. When a prayer is offered from outside the vortex, even though every time you ask it is always answered, you can't receive the benefit of your prayer because you're outside the vortex. If you're inside the vortex offering your prayer, it is always answered, not because you're more worthy, but because you're vibrationally receptive to the receiving of what you're praying about. That's why prayers of appreciation are the most vivid, powerful prayers to offer, not prayers of need. And so, you know you've got a sort of inside scoop here. You know Abraham knows about non-physical, and we make our claim to being non-resistant in nature. And you know that when we focus upon things in a non-resistant way, that there is benefit offered from them, but we want you to understand that we don't have more power in creating than you do. It is exactly the same. Because when you ask, it is always given. So the only benefit that we can give you is standing as an example of someone who stands in the vortex no matter what, unconditionally accepting the well-being, you see, which is what we are offering to you. And we don't think that you have a thing in the world to worry about. You're mostly there, you see.